Hello, one and all. Welcome to We Are Not Wizards, where the magic isn't real, but the D&D sure is. Let's say hello to my outrageous outlaws. Woo-hoo! And I apologize to our audience today if I'm a little bit scatterbrained, but today is a big freaking day. Today, the outlaws go to war. That's right. So, why don't we do a quick recap of everything that happened last night? Oh, hold on. Let me. Don't worry about what's in my cup. Ma'am, Karen, whoever's watching, I don't know.
Didn't say anything. Whoa.
Let's see. What happened last week? Let me turn this down just a little bit. We had Emerald had a little bit of therapy last time. We had a little bit of investigating going on. We had a lot of really interesting things happening here and there, and everybody kind of figuring out what they were going to do when ultimately the bugs attacked. And we're going to call them the bugs because they all attacked. A day ended, and we all see that during the day they were gone. And it seems like they aren't able to survive. So, something strange has happened, though, that you guys don't realize. You all had hours to prepare. Time ready for you, because you knew that at the stroke of midnight, time had gone down and you would be able to survive until then. But plans were cut short, unbeknownst to you guys, because the sun is still up. And the creatures are here to play. So, let me go ahead and switch the music for a little bit to I feel like that little noise has become synonymous with big bad fights nowadays, this music. Because every time I hear that, bad things happen. But you all are each in this area with 4 chairs around. Strike that, Igri is not here. Igri is getting new augments to his shell, a big shoulder cannon ready to go to war, while Emerald and Cassie Brown felt like it was time to search inward, have a little bit of therapy time. But we didn't have enough time for Cassie Brown to really look into that. But we saw Emerald seeing someone he didn't expect, not the loving creator that he wished for, but a face unbeknownst to him was a person that he had taken the life of. And then, after all that therapy, all that good stuff, all the looking inward and trying to figure some things out about ourselves, we heard scratching on the metal. As day has not turned to night, but yet the war begins. You all are sitting here. Ava looks at you both and goes, "Oh no. I thought we had more time. I know that I've talked about being trapped here and keeping myself here, but I would like to help. I would like your blessing to leave this area. Please."
Please.
Yeah, we're going to need all the help we can get.
Great. I will get everybody into the hangar area, and we will formulate the game plan. Please meet us there. I will talk to Igri ASAP.
Stay safe out there, Eva.
Will do. She gets away. You two are alone in a room, and you are back into the hangar. Igri, you are alone in the medical bay getting some augments to your shell. A huge cannon on your shoulder with 4 holes for what looks to be some type of torpedo or missile. We're not quite sure yet what this does. Well, we know, but the audience doesn't know. You see, you've just come to, you're stretching it out, a little bit of weight on your shoulder that you're not used to. Ava comes out and goes, "Igri, thank God you're here." And she goes, "There's no time to speak. I need you to go to the hangar right now."
You're muted.
It's finally happened to Eddie.
Everyone,
It's everyone now.
Yeah.
All right, I'll head that way, I guess.
Great, I have no time to talk. Goodbye. Left immediately. You all are in your respective areas, both Emerald and Cassie Brown, in this therapy corner, we'll call it. Igri in the medical bay, do you guys head straight there, or do you have business to take care of?
I think we head straight there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that way.
You all head to the hangar doors. You see red lights flashing, but no light going on. But in the as you are headed towards the hangar, you see talking and worried noises, yelling. Some of them are calm. Some of them are frantic. Some of them are just trying to take control of the situation. As you come in and you see everyone aboard your ship, not just the people that you've invited, but the entirety of the goblins, the entirety of the former residents of this town, as well as your shipmates. Everyone is here, ready to fight. They are frantic. They have no idea what to do. Suddenly, a large figure appears from you, a large lady in blue. Ava says, "I know everybody's worried." Her voice booms. Everyone's still quiet. "I don't know all of you, but I don't want this ship to be destroyed, and I do not want you all hurt. Everyone, please fall in, and I will set up a game plan." She waves her hand, and a big board appears in front of you. This board basically has all your names on it. It has the map of the area around you where she's going, and then she starts appointing everybody. Goblins, you head to the front of the ship. Create a barrier in front so that they cannot get to the main area. You, and appointing every single person there. You all see this board. You all are the outliers of the group where she's not giving you a job. Suddenly, you receive a message on each of your pals. You pull up the message, and the message says, "Choose where you want to go. Wherever you do, you will be able to help exponentially. Good luck out there, outlaws, as you come away." Now, time to take away from the dramatics of everything and to show you our little game board. So let me add that to the stage. It is a little friendly game of tic-tac-toe.
I love it.
Now, obviously, this is D&D. We're not playing tic-tac-toe. We're going to spruce it up a little bit. So I'm going to explain real quick how this is going to go. And I've got it written down here. So we're using a tic-tac-toe system. And this will implement 9 different scenarios. At the beginning, each of you will choose a scenario you want to embark on. You can either decide to tackle something as an individual or work as a team on the scenario. Depending on which scenario you choose, if you are successful, a token will be placed on that area. On that note, what do we want to be? X's or O's?
X's.
X's, that very outlaw fashion. Depending on if you are successful, a token will be placed on that area. If you get 3 in a row before the enemy, it is an automatic success. If you cannot get 3 in a row, then the team with the most spaces will win. There is no cat gets the game here. The scenario that you do not choose, once each have finished your respective ones that you've decided. For instance, let's say you all choose a different scenario. The remainder of the scenario will roll a d10. If it gets a 1, it is an automatic failure, and they get a token. 6 through 9, if it is a 10, is an automatic success. 6 through 9 will add a +1 to the next roll. 5 through 2 will get a -1 to the next roll. Does everyone sort of understand how it's going to go? Yeah, it's a little bit complicated, and I don't want to stress you guys out. I will have everything prepared for our audience. If you don't understand, don't even worry about it. You'll catch on real quick. On that note, I'm going to describe the scenarios for you all to choose whether you want to go. So, each of these have a respective number. So, let me go ahead and do this real quick. You see me a little ping in here right now?
Yeah.
All right. So each of these have a respective number. I am not going to tell you what number they are. You have to just choose the scenario, and hopefully you get 3 in a row from jump. 3 in a row, and you will get all the spoils of war. But unfortunately, that's not how it works all the time. You may not get it. So I'm going to go to the scenarios. You all decide. Keep in mind what you want to do. The first scenario. This is with Cliff and Brad Knightley, commandeering the Jade Vulture. All right, from jump. Number 2, Goblins and Techs, a frontline fight against the enemies. Number 3, reactor core tinkering. This will be with Ava. Finally, with Patchy, Camden upgrades. Another tinker tool check. 5, repairing the Sweet Sailor. Finally, 6, sneak in to the commandeer the prototype ship. 7, amass produce of the poison with Raylan. 8, assist the doctor. And 9 is an alternate underwater cache. So, on that note, I see Delaney writing every single one down so she
Yeah,
knows.
you went really fast.
No worries. Go ahead if you want me to repeat. I can totally do that.
What was number 9?
Sure. Number 9
Underwater.
was an
Underwater.
alternate underwater cache.
Okay.
So, any particular one that you all want to go after?
I whisper, Cassie, as the captain, you probably should have gave that speech. It probably would have meant more to everybody.
You know what? Tell you what. I will, just on that note, I'll give you an option. Do you guys want to do a little moment to do a speech? Because I will go ahead and give you, if on a successful persuasion check of, I'm going to do it at disadvantage. At 11, if you get a successful charisma check at 11, I will do a +1 roll towards 1 square of your choosing.
What check do you say it was?
It's a persuasion roll.
Oh.
I should probably do that then. I got the
Do
cookie.
you have high charisma? I think you do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's paladin stuff.
Go
So-
for it.
You want to do it? Man, let's just...
Can we give him the help action by like jumping in there as well?
100%. But if we're going to do this, we're going to put you on the spot right here. So, you've received the little text, basically, that says, wherever you go, you're going to be helping out exponentially. Do what you will. Everyone is still a little bit uneasy, scared. They're going to their positions, but there is a apprehension that you're seeing. Their walk is a little bit slower. There's some shaking in some hands. Emerald, they're looking for a cause. Well, not looking for a cause. They know the cause, but they're looking for hope.
Mhm.
Emerald, feel free to take the stage however you see fit.
As he starts to walk up, Igri will touch him and say, "You got this," and cast guidance.
You hear Emerald just channel the best speech he's ever thought of, and he says, "Arise, arise, riders and goblins! The spears shall be shaken, shields shall be splintered. A sword day, a red day, ere the sun rises. Ride now, ride now, ride to kill the bugs."
I love it. Okay, give me a charisma roll. Go
Okay.
ahead, give me that persuasion.
King Theoden.
Yeah. I rolled a 13 plus 4, so 17.
Oh, a 17. You see everybody in the crowd kind of stunned a little bit, not really sure what to do.
Are there any of the dead bugs in the hull of the ship at all, or anything?
No, none yet. But there's definitely some spare parts. There's nothing full. There's spare parts from the bugs that Raylan has sort of taken up back to experiment on.
Okay.
But you see one of the goblin goes, "I'll arise if you arise." With a little bit of chuckle, and it's like, "Don't tempt me, buddy." And then you see a little bit of a chuckle come over the crowd. Everyone seems to be a little bit ready and goes, "I think we needed that." And they go off and they're ready for fight.
Oh, yeah.
Seems that your speech, while not being inspiring, has levied the move just slightly. Seems that Emerald is doing his part right now. On that note, do you all remember the respective scenarios, and do you know which one you want to take? She has it written down. She's on top of things. Does everybody kind of know where they want to go?
Yeah.
All right. On that note, you got everything? Okay, so, Emerald. Where will Emerald be going in this fight?
Go ahead.
Before you say anything, I will say, you will get chances for other ones if you have multiple you want to get, but just the first one you want to get.
Gotcha. Originally, I was gonna go with Brad, but I think Cliff got this, so I'm gonna go on the front line with the goblins and try to kill them.
Got it. And that's going to go to Cassie.
Being strategic about it, if he's taking number 2, then I should go with the Sweet Sailor Repair. But I think, yeah, Sweet Sailor Repair.
Right. Give me one moment before we move on.
Chad, correct me if I'm wrong, because I think Cassie was being strategic about it. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? It's you're randomly placing these.
Yes, they are random.
Oh.
Not that they're randomly placed. The scenarios have a number appointed to them, but the way I listed them, they are not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not like that.
Okay, then I'll change my mind. Thank you for
Okay.
I figured.
that. I would like to do number 6, the Sneak.
Okay.
As the
There's-
sneakiest.
It was you were eager. He was gonna claim it first.
If she didn't do it, I was gonna go to. That's the one.
So you want to sneak to get to the to the prototype ships, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So we got Emerald, and then
Chad, next time you have to let me get a few drinks in before you ask me to give a speech.
I apologize.
On that one, I was like, oh shit.
What was number
And-
8?
Number 8 is assist the doctor. A little bit vague,
Okay.
purposely vague.
Okay.
Well, all right. On that note, Igri, where do you want to go?
Number 9,
Number 9.
the underwater one.
Sounds good. Right. Well, you guys ready to rock and roll?
Oh yeah.
All right. At the start of this, we are going to go with Emerald, taking down goblins. Or taking down the bugs with goblins and techs. So let me switch you guys over there. Everyone's going to be able to see this. Don't worry. Boom. There we are. So, let's move you over here real quick. There you are. As you see, if you could, Eddie, go ahead and give me a little bit of close-up right onto the tokens of Emerald, the goblins, as well as Tex. There we go. So as you see, you have 4 compatriots right here, ready to do battle. Tex to your left is you to the right, ready to go. On that note, let's go ahead, click your token, and roll initiative.
Ooh, next
There you
one.
go.
Oh, right from the jump. You are killing the game. Let me get our other boys here. I would have preemptively done this, but we've got other fights that could be possible.
Yeah. I get it.
So, fortunately, wasn't able to do it all. Right. Now, so we got those right there. Let me get our other bad boys. I'm never going to say that again. I didn't like that coming out of my mouth.
That's what she said.
Oh, there he is. I was looking for Tex and it wasn't coming up for me. I was like, come on, Tex. What are you doing to me, my guy? But Tex is on the prowl. Again, I don't like that I said that either. I'm just
Excellent.
feeling awkward all day. Yeah, just he's with me today. Today, like I'm not awkward all the time.
We still haven't found those goblin bitches. So,
The goblin whores.
yeah.
Inside jokes for days. Who chose me as the DM? Like, did I do that? Was that my fault? Yeah, one of you guys should take up next time. And finally, we got our last boy right there. There we go. Let me take a few of you guys out here because it kept
Oh, that's a
some.
big boy.
Yeah, it is a huge board, and we've got a lot of things to go on. Oh, Cassie Brown, you're in that mix. You don't need to be there. But
Yeah.
at,
I think it helped.
I don't want to be there.
at the top of the board, we have Emerald. Feel free to move how you see fit.
Alright. Let's see what this.
On that note, while you get it, I'm gonna eat like a toddler and get me some of these delicious deals, Mr. Freshly Buddy Bars. That's not a plug.
Sound like one. Shoot, they're kind of far away. I wish I was going second. Sorry.
Doesn't it suck to be first?
I know. I'm usually not this speedy. I have a javelin. I'm gonna try to throw that. This one.
All right. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Ooh, not great. 7.
Ooh. Unfortunately, that is not a 7. That's a nat 1 right there.
Yeah.
Don't try to trick me here. I see what that is. That's a nat 1. You throw, and a little bit of a glitch goes in your arm, and you feel almost like a little bit of a cramp as you're like, ah!
Yeah.
And then immediately it just kind of falls in front of you. You don't lose a spirit. Like, man, I was in that chair for a while. I should have done some stretches.
Yeah.
But as the commanding officer, you get to lead these goblins. So I'm going to show you which goblin it is. Can you see me? Can you see the yellow box hovering over the outlaw goblin? If not, no worries. You can see it.
I can, but yours aren't numbered or like ordered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So tell you what, we will do this. Red,
Oh, but there
blue,
we go. Ooh.
green, and you know what? Emerald, choose a color for me.
Indigo.
You son of a bitch. I'll go with purple.
Okay.
I was like, I don't have indigo.
Are these bugs swimming right now, by the way?
That is what they are.
Oh, man. Okay.
So, at the top, at your order, Red is ready to fight. Where do you want him to go? He has 30
They
movement.
can't move much faster than me, so I guess behind me. Probably just right up here, I guess.
All right. He gets it. Now I'm going to tell you what he can do.
Okay.
Because gives you a little bit, I feel like, as a commanding officer. Of course, you don't know what they can do right now. But I don't want to just give you control of them because I feel like, allows you to kind of give a speech, if you will, but we've already done that one time. He has on his hip a scimitar, a beam scimitar, and a laser caster. It basically looks like a crossbow, but it has similar to a dilithium crystal, but it's like a half crystal. Looks like a pyramid, while the other side is circular. But it is not a dilithium crystal, you can tell, because it's not surging with energy. But he has a beam scimitar that is close range, and a laser caster that is a range of 80 to 320.
Wow, okay. I want him to pull down his pants and moon this one and try to intimidate it.
Got it. You tell him. Let him know.
Yeah. All right.
Say his name's Red.
Red.
Yeah.
Let's see them cheeks. Make this guy see if he's fighting.
First, give me you know what? No persuasion roll. He's gonna go ahead and roll this. It is going to be.
Intimidation check.
He's like, yeah, boss, get him. He rolls a 4, and our bug boy with a, let's see, on a 12, you just see this large scorpion-like creature just go. And just immediately just not interested in what's going on, ready for battle. So I'm going to change the sound effect for him on that one because I'm not going to be going all the time. But you see that no action's been taken, so you're more than welcome to keep going.
Okay, yeah, let's have him shoot with his little crossbow thing. Try to hit this guy.
Got it. He's got more than enough range to do it. Let's see him do it. $17, not bad.
Oh yeah.
On an AC, he hits.
Yeah.
Let me roll that damage real quick.
I'm definitely gonna throw one of these goblins at the bugs.
-6. On that note, go ahead and roll me a D20 flat.
Nat 20.
Nat 20?
Yeah, but it was kind of cocked. Let me do that again.
No. Alright, if you want to.
Nah, it was kind of weird. It was like up against my laptop.
Nobody was going to question it.
Yeah, no one was going to question
No
it.
one was lying.
All right, it's a 20.
On a 20, you see this laser come out. As you see, there's a little bit of fluid on top of the crystal. A shot is fired out. This bug-like creature starts to... As you see, the whites of its eyes slowly start to turn green. On that note, we move to this next goblin. Blue. It is Blue's turn. How do you want him to move?
I'll have him.
And of course, you can have him just do his own thing. You don't have to order him around.
No, I'm gonna order all of them. He's gonna come to this side of me.
Okay.
He's gonna take a little pop shot at this guy. Got my homies next to me.
On that note, he goes ahead and does that. $23 definitely hits. Let me go ahead and roll that damage.
Yeah, I wasn't needed here. I don't know why.
Yeah. These goblins are kicking ass.
Do I know if they put the poison on their weapons, by the way? I thought that's what they
Give me a
did.
perception check.
Pretty sure that's what they were doing. I rolled a 14 and perception 0. It's a 14.
On a 14, you notice that the liquid seems similar to the liquid that she was making. That is on the crystal.
I should have got some of that good stuff too. Oh
well. Go ahead and order green around.
What is this? Is this just like other floating debris?
Yes, that is part of the dock. Some of it has been sunken under the water. So I'll go ahead and like describe it a little bit for you. So as you can see right here, these are shipping docks.
Okay.
These areas here, here, and here. On this area are old wreck ships. They are in this area right here. Are old wreck ships that just can't be used, similar to this area. But this area is, you can't get to it without some form of check. It's going to be at least a 10-foot jump. So you have to jump 10 feet.
Gotcha. Alright, Green. Swim. Swim as your life depended on it. I'll also try to get over here.
All right. He starts to swim. 5, 10. That. He just makes it. Okay.
Nice.
He has a slightly slower swim speed, but he's able to make it right there.
Then what was the range on the crossbow you said again?
It's about 200 feet.
Oh, so you should be able to hit this guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, 320 feet. It's a
Oh,
lot
okay.
longer. So he can hit. You want to aim for this guy over here to the left?
I do. I want this guy to start going crazy because I think he's poisoned. So yeah, let's hit this guy.
There we go. Let me roll for attack on him. That's a 9. It's not going to be able to get it. You see that it's easily able to, but this goblin has not done a lot of battle from this far range. This seems to be kind of a farmer, more of a hand, not used to weapons, as the beam shoots right past this enemy.
Gotcha. Okay.
We
Well, I mean,
move
that
to... Huh, hold on a second. Did I... Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. I've noticed that the order was wrong there, so we're just going to go ahead and move to purple for this one, and then I'll, for the next round, we'll just do it the way it was.
Yeah, this is what I was trying to tell you earlier. I was
Yeah.
like,
Ah.
okay, he's good.
I was sitting. There was a little button up here. I was trying to hit it, but it just wouldn't do anything for me.
No.
To reorder it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm the only one that can reorder it.
Oh.
Mhm. I want purple to try to climb up on my shoulders to get some height.
We can do that. Let's place him right here. And we'll put a little bit of a height thing on him. Let's say he's modified. Put a little bit of a... You're there. He's higher up now.
He's trying to shoot this guy.
Which one? The one on the far right or above?
Far. Just
Oh,
right-
far down. Okay. $17 does hit, and I was gonna give him an advantage, so it works out either way. So let's roll that damage for him.
Right.
There we go, -8. That moves on to, fortunately not that one, that actually moves on to our first enemy. So let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna go ahead and give them colors as well, so that you know which one.
I'm just gonna.
If you
leave
want
it
to give
there.
them a name, you can call them Scorpion. Just call them Bug. I feel like that's accurate.
Bug. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're bugs. I don't want to tell you their actual names because that might reveal stats and stuff like that at the moment.
Mm.
Yeah, of course you can do like investigation checks and see if you can figure them out.
I'll nickname them all. All good.
But that moves to red here. 15, 20, 25. He's going to move right here. I'm not sure if he has any ability quite yet. Nope, he cannot. So that goes to orange and attacks our little goblin friend. Uses the pincers on a 16. And unfortunately, a 16 does hit. So let me roll the damage on him.
He's hitting the goblin on my shoulder.
Yeah, he's hitting the goblin right on your
Whoa.
shoulders.
Oh, poor
I
guy.
thought you were going to say that it didn't hit. I was like, oh my god, these goblins have a higher AC than I do.
That was
I was
good.
about to be real upset.
So, I'm going to describe how this works. You see the pincers come right above your head. As you hear as you feel wet come down on your shoulders. You look to your shoulders and see blood. Unfortunately, the goblin on your shoulder has died.
That wasn't the best place for him.
That moves to the rest of our bug boys. So 5, 25, 30, unable to move past. 15, 20, 25, 30. That moves to Tex's turn. What do you want Tex to do? I will go ahead and I'm going to tell you what his stats, stuff like that, okay? So you know how to order him, because he will do anything you say.
Oh
Anything.
Anything you want. At least in this moment.
Set Eva up with
Yeah.
Igri.
All right. Hex has a few weapons. He has a Buster Cannon and a laser sword. The Buster Cannon has, you know what? Let's just say it what it is. It's a Buster Blade, Buster Cannon, taking a little bit of inspiration from our Mega Man boy. Because, Mega Man's cool as shit.
There you go.
Yeah. So there we go. He has a Buster Sword and a Buster Cannon, or a Buster Blade, whatever you want. He has several abilities, such as Action Surge, Durable, Rune Carver, and Giant's Might. He also has 2 runes, Fire Rune, Cloud Rune. If you don't get what his class is, he is a Rune Knight.
Oh,
My favorite class of all time.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's my favorite class. I don't care if it's not. Some people say it's not the most, there are some other, fighter classes that might be a little bit better, but they're not Rune Knight.
Right. But the fire emblem is really strong.
Yeah, the Rune Knight's just the best. Alright. He has 30 movement. How would you like to take it?
Let's have him giddy up here to the pier and try blast this guy.
There you go. He can definitely do that. So, he's going to do his Buster Cannon. He's a +3 to hit.
Nice.
Oh, that
Definitely
one-
hits. Let me roll that damage. Unfortunately, not too much damage is going at him.
That's okay. Let's use this up early. Let's have him action surge and hit him again.
Action Surge is all right. Let me go ahead and make a mark of that. And here we go. Let me just roll that damage again. At 4. Give me a perception check.
Does he not have to roll to hit again? Or I'll take it.
No. Automatic.
Okay.
Yeah. I know that's not the rules, but I'm
Okay.
going to kind of circumvent that for speed's sake.
15 perception.
15 perception. On my 4, you notice orange, the orange bug in front of you. As the blood you notice that there seems to be, when green was hit, it seems that orange react for some reason.
Well, okay.
On that note, we move to the top of the order again, because we've used Tex, we've used you, we've used all of our boys. So let me just go to the top of the order the way it was meant to go. Emerald, your move.
All right. What is the distance, Chad, between red and orange or green and orange? Either one. Or probably green. So it's shorter.
20.
20. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna move up here, and I'm going to use my new Channel Divinity.
Ooh, go ahead. Go ahead and click that so we can see it in the chat.
Oh no, actually, no, I'm sorry. I don't want that one. I want.
I was gonna say these creatures are not dead.
No, I know. This one here.
Ooh,
These two, orange and green, to make a wisdom save.
let's let him make that wisdom save. We'll do one wisdom save, and we'll count it for both for this one. $14.
Ooh,
Go ahead,
that's
make-
good. Nice.
Do I miss it or make the save?
No, you made the save.
Oh,
Bummer.
okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to take a swing at this dude here because he's my goblin friend.
All right, roll that attack for me. Oh, 19 for sure hits.
I'm gonna
Roll
put
that
one-
damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna put one divine smite in it.
Okay. So 7, 8, 9 for right now. Whew.
I have 15 of what? Did you roll damage for me?
I rolled the first damage for you, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
You did
apologize.
that before I selected divine smite, so it didn't include that.
Okay, so we'll take the is it 11 slashing damage? So is it 7, 8, 9 plus 11, or is it just 11 flat? Do you know?
Yeah. So if you're going off just my rolls, it's 15 and 11.
Oh, okay, that's way better. Let's do that.
I keep the Divine Smite off until I use it because I get to choose to use it once I hit or not.
That moves to our first goblin. Unless, do you have any other moves you want to do before
No,
a bonus
I'm good.
action or anything?
No,
All right.
action.
So that moves to our first goblin. Unfortunately, head removed.
Yeah.
That's going to go for our red here. 5. And
Red Goblin or Red Bug?
But
now it's red bug.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
30. Let's see what I can do from this distance. I don't think I can do much. Nope, unfortunately, this is definitely an enemy that benefits from close range. But that moves to Tex's turn. Oh, nice alliteration there.
Now that there's kind of a gap since Purple's dead, I wanted to take a blast over at Orange Bug.
You want to take a blast at the orange one? No
Yep.
problem. Tex readies his cannon, shoots it out. You see a large blue thing come out. On an 8, however, it shoots right past him and is unable to make any real contact. Tex is not looking good for this one. You know, for a Rune Knight, you'd think he'd be kicking butt, but these goblins are messing people up. On that note, it moves to Blue's turn. You know what? Actually, before we do that, Tex has some other things, and I believe. Let me make sure. He takes a little bit of a moment, and he decides that he's going to use his Giant's Might. As you look at him, you see his mechanics start to like change, and what turns from this robot already huge in size grow twice as large. You notice Tex is also a transformer
I rise
as he gets much lighter as he uses Giant's Might. You know what? Let me click this real quick before we move on, and then after that, that is gonna go. Who else is in the order? That goes to Blue's turn. How do you want him to act?
Let's have him just kind of come. I'm gonna have him back up actually because a little squishy.
Okay.
So back up, kind of flush with Tex here. And
There we
cross
go.
over with Orange.
All right. Ooh,
Nice.
that hits. 6 damage.
How's Orange looking?
Orange is looking not great. He's not in the sense damaged, in the sense of looking like he's still able to walk, function perfectly fine. But you notice that he is definitely scuffed up and scarred. He's not looking pretty. Best way of explaining it.
Gotcha. But not looking frenzied or anything like that?
It's not his turn yet.
Gotcha.
So he has not had a chance to do that. I don't think, has it been his turn? No. If it has,
Not since
Okay.
pulling the goblin on my.
yeah, not since then.
Okay. Which goblin is that next? Red or green?
That is going to go to Red's turn.
Okay. Same move. Have him back up, flush attacks, and take a shot at Red this time.
All right. Man, I think that we are looking pretty. 11 does not hit, unfortunately. That moves to Blue's turn. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Blue goes ahead and takes his action towards you. Does a 20 hit?
It does.
So let me roll that damage on you. Okay, so I need you to also give me so 9 bludgeoning damage. You are grappled.
Okay.
Ooh,
I'm also gonna Hellish Rebuke though.
Okay.
You have to make a dexterity.
Dexterity saving throw. God. $16. Do I hit?
It's not
Yeah.
doing spells, just smites. Just
Yeah,
all smites.
definitely works.
Still do
Unfortunately.
half damage.
Yeah, it does do. So that does 1d10. So let me roll that damage for you. Yeah, 5. Nothing to slouch about.
I'm slouching.
You're not slouching, no. No, I didn't mean to do that. But on that,
So I'm grappled, you said, or something? Or
yes, you are grappled. You're going to have to do a DC 14 strength check
Oh, okay.
to escape. So I'm going to give you the option to go ahead and do that now.
Do it now? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The strength, you said?
Yeah.
20.
20. Immediately as the creature grabs you, you're able to break free. While this thing has claws, you got a couple claws yourself. That moves on to Green's turn. That's a green goblin. Oh,
Yeah,
ironic. Or coincidence.
Let's shoot a red also, since we missed earlier.
Sounds good. $16 does not. Oh no, 16 does hit.
Oh, sweet.
No, I apologize. 16 does not hit. I'm so sorry. I got you excited there for a second.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Well, let me make sure. Hold on. I have. Let me read because I think I have somebody's stats messed up. Yep, I messed the stats up. Just for a second. It's fixed though. Luckily, it didn't mess anything up regarding anybody else. I just switched character sheets. One last second. All right, that goes for 4 piercing damage. Right on, which moves to Orange's turn. Orange obviously is kind of like freaked out a little bit. You've seen that as he immediately is freaking out as you see him walking away from you, not attacking any of the enemies. Moves 30 spaces.
Do I get an opportunity attack on him?
You obviously do.
Okay. 16 to hit.
16 hits. Roll that damage for me.
14.
All right, you did some damage. He is not looking good. I'll say that, but he has run away. He's taken some distance. That moves on to Green's turn. 10, 15, 20. All right, so he's going to go after Blue here.
Ooh.
An 11 does not hit. Blue has lived another day. That goes back to the top of our order. Emerald, your turn. Before you go, however, give me one last perception check.
7.
On a 7, you don't necessarily notice anything. You notice all of them seem to be equally wounded. You have not hit every enemy. You have not put the same amount of damage on every single one, but they all seem to be badly wounded. That is all you can tell at this moment. But it's a lot to say on a 7. That goes to your turn.
Orange is away. I'm just going to take a strike at blue.
Go ahead and take that strike.
19
19 hits. Roll that damage for me.
10 damage.
Okay. Here's what happens. I want you to pick one of the enemies here. Blue, green, red, or orange. Your choice.
Green.
Green, you see as this enemy starts to chirp and click, and you see that you've mortally wounded it. As you see these wounds start to close back up. But as it starts to heal, you're noticing that one of the enemies is going down. That is, green has completely destroyed, is completely dead.
Nice.
But blue and red are still up and kicking.
And orange.
Oh, and orange. I apologize. That moves on to Tex.
Let's see. Let's have him step up here, up to red, if that's enough movement for him.
Wow, one more time. I apologize. I was looking at his stats. Where do you want him to move? Up towards red?
Right up to red if you can.
Got it. Yeah, you can make 5,
And
10,
let's,
15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, he makes it.
Okay, let's take some up close personal attacks here against red. Is that he had a
Great
melee
hand.
weapon?
Yes, he does have a melee weapon. He's going to one-handed, and because of his giant's might, he does have a little bit of extra putting
Nat
down.
20.
Oof.
Nat,
Good thing.
I'd love to see it. I rolled 2 nat 20s actually because I accidentally rolled it twice, but that's 6. So there we go. Let me go ahead and put this damage down. Whew! That's a lot of damage. All right. Finally. Oh, he is looking beat. As all the enemy, as you start to notice that, no, you know what? I'm not going to give that to you, actually. You didn't roll good enough on that roll. So that moves to Mr. Blue Goblin's turn.
Mr. Blue Goblin is going to take a crossbow shot right at Blue Bug.
Blue Bug is going to go ahead and take that. Let's see what he does. Oh, hits. Roll damage. Go. And then finally, that's Red's turn. Red Goblin.
Again, it's just I can't cue the seat distance. Can he get to me out of curiosity and have a little extra movement or no?
He can get right here, but he will be right at 30. He can get right here and have no extra movement.
Yeah, just have an equidistant between Tex and I then. And have him take a little shot here at blue.
All right. Great. Unfortunately, that misses.
No, dang.
I'm gonna roll the damage to see how much it would have done. Okay, cool. Just for my own fun. All right, that goes to Blue's turn, and Blue takes his hit at you. It is a good thing that you're able to break that hold on him that he had. 19 hits.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Rolling damage, and give me a DC 14 strength saving throw.
Nat 20, 24.
Nat 20. On a nat 20, I gotta. You know what? I'm not gonna reward it. Should I reward it? I'm gonna see if I reward it right now. Okay. I'm gonna roll a D4. Positive, you get a reward. Negative, you don't. It's a positive. Roll me a D4.
Roll you.
Whatever
a
that
D4.
D4 is, the damage you'll get back. You'll throw back at him.
Three.
3. All right. Go.
Just swung my ass and he bounced right off of it.
Oh yeah, just a little bit of a. That's an unarmed strike if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
That moves to green.
I like him safe right there. I should have him take a little pop shot at red.
Little pop shot is shot. 12 unfortunately does not hit. Do you want to move him around anything? Take any bonus actions? I don't think he has any bonus actions actually.
No.
Yeah, he does not.
He's been safe over there. He's good.
Yeah, he's chilling.
The goblins got range. The bugs don't. He's chilling.
So on that. That moves to Orange's turn.
Yeah, what's he up to?
It seems that he is still running away.
Oh, bitch.
15, 20, 25, 30. All right. That moves to your turn. So, I'm going to say right now, this is going to be your last round of combat. You need to get some more damage on your enemies. All right? You need that or you will fail this.
Oh, okay.
You have one dead from theirs and one dead from your team. That is not great, but it is your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna take a swipe here at blue then. I was,
Alright.
I was gonna throw a goblin, but this sounds a little more serious. Ooh, not great.
13 does not hit.
Yeah. Well, what else I can do other than that? Let me triple check real quick. That's all I can do.
All you can do, that moves on to Red's turn. Red is going to take a little bit of a strike towards Tex. Let's see if it hits.
So,
Thank God I didn't roll with advantage because that would have been a nat 20 there.
Yeah,
Right. And that might have taken him out. We don't know. Well, I know. You guys don't know. 23 does hit. So let me roll the damage on that. I don't know. It's just 11. Not the additional. Because it didn't crit. Alright. There we go. And he's going to roll his strength saving throw. 15 does make it, so I don't need to add the additional. So he is good on that. That moves to blue. Blue goblin, that is. How do you want him down?
Does he have any provisions on him other than like his weapons that I don't know about, or
Like any items or food, you
Yeah.
mean?
just anything else that is an improvised weapon?
He has, okay, on him, he does have some metal knickknacks and things like that. Such as, it seems to be like chains hanging off of his ears, like earrings, but it seems to be more crude. It's like he's taken like almost like barbed wire, cut the pincers off of it, and lined it off. So it looks more like a chain than it actually does an earring. It's crude. He also has where the goblins went around and took odds and ends from your ship. He has a metal breastplate as well as collar. He has some makeshift kind of armor.
Gotcha. Okay.
But other than that, he doesn't have anything on him.
And does any of the bugs look the weakest? Red, blue, or orange?
They all look about the same.
Okay. Alright, yeah, I'll just have him take a shot at blue then.
All right. Let's hope he gets this. "19 hits.
Nice.
I was panting. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, this is... All right, -4. All right. Go ahead and tell me, give me red, blue, or orange. Who do you want?
I want orange gone.
You want orange gone? As
Yep.
you see the damage from blue starts to heal. Orange, however, as falling from the distance, falls dead as it runs. Give me a perception check.
16. A little better.
On, see if I beat you. On a 16, you notice that it seems to be these things are linked. Obviously, that's not what you're kind of looking for. But what I am going to tell you is that it seems to be that all of these enemies heal at the same rate every time one dies. It doesn't seem like they are just like one is healing from the other, taking it seems that they are a unit, all healing when one dies. To some degree. But that moves on to... Where's the little goblin boy is that? That goes to red.
Alright. You tell me if this is possible, because I don't have the goblin stats in front of me. Can he climb up the ginormous Tex, jump off, and come crashing down with his little goblin sword on this bug?
Oh, for sure, and I will give you advantage because of the creativity on that. So first, what we'll say is we will roll damage with advantage. You want it, and you want it with his sword?
Yeah, because I don't. Crossbow would be too close if he's diving down on him.
With advantage. A 16, I can't remember, does a 16 hit? A 16 does hit, so we will roll damage for that, and also roll me a d20.
13.
13, you see the enemy start to click and freak out a little bit. You see something has changed in him as the white goes away, as you see green.
Oh, god damn it. We should have been using the sword the whole time.
That moves on to Blue's turn.
Blue Goblin?
Blue Bug.
Gotcha.
Blue Bug's going to go ahead and take a swipe at you.
I should just done this in order.
Does a 23 hit? Yeah, it hits.
Yeah.
I asked the question and knew the answer. That's going to be 9 bludgeoning damage to you. And also roll me a strength saving throw.
Oh, no, it's good this time.
Unfortunately, you are grappled at this moment.
Okay.
As that moves on to Green's turn. Green Goblin, sorry.
Very good. What would be the distance if you made this like L and came up to this bug? Can you make that run?
So you wanted him to get right onto him? Like right behind him?
Yeah, ideally if you can.
Okay, yeah, he can make that. 30 movement exactly.
Okay.
Let me see. 5, 10, 15, 28, 25. Yeah, he gets it.
I want him to stab with his sword again.
Alright. Outlaw Goblin. Beam Scimitar.
Ooh.
On a nat 1, unfortunately, does not make the hit. That moves on to Dead. On that note, we see your enemies start to click and go back and forth. There seems to be a bit of a communication between the remaining bugs, both blue and red. You see red click and go. You see blue click back and forth. Similar sounds you're unable to understand, but there seems to be. Give me a insight check.
7.
On a 7, you notice them clicking. You can see the communication for them. That's your perception, but no roll needed for that. But you're not able to kind of ascertain what they're communicating about. On that note, we see these monsters start to scurry off and run away. You can take your opportunity check, but they are running away. If you'd like, Tex can take it, and you can take it if you want.
Yeah, definitely want to.
All right, let's go ahead and take it real quick.
20.
20 definitely hits. I'm gonna roll damage unless you want to do.
I didn't put Divine Smite on yet, so I gotta
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage. We'll say that I didn't roll that.
Figured. 18 total.
Okay, and Tex rolls his. Man, you might actually I full on believe that there was no way to win this fight, and you guys are just unfortunately is not able. You almost killed every single bug right there. On that note, you have successfully accomplished your goal. That gives you a place on the board. Let me move that right there. Remind me real quick, are we X's or are we O's? X. Let's move that right to its place. As we reveal, I think that you guys can see this, yeah? Your first place on the board.
Hell yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah. On that note, we move on to Cassie Brown repairing the Sweet Sailor, correct?
No, I'm sneaking.
Oh, that's my bad. That was what you originally wanted. We can mark that
Didn't
out.
even know you were. You're so sneaky.
And you're sneaking into the prototype ships, right?
Yep.
So, you are with Paula. As we will take this away for a moment because we do not need it. Let's visit Paula a little bit. You know, it's only nice that we could put a face to a name. Paula, obviously the big one right here, holding the big scimitar, whatever weapon that is. Paula, the weapon expert of your team, and goes, "You're gonna help me on this mission, so you say?"
Well, I'm the sneakiest, so, and I've hacked a ship once, so let's do it.
That's good. Sneak is not my thing. She takes this big weapon, puts it on her shoulder, and goes, "My thing is killing a few ones." Codes it down. So, here's how we're gonna do this. First things first, we need a stealth roll. The stealth roll has to be above a 14. Okay? If you accomplish this, you will be able to get to the next step.
Okay. 12 plus 7.
You get it. There you go. You
My
get it.
brain
12 plus
just
7, immediately good. Paula looks at you and goes, "See, you are sneaky." As she kind of looks and goes, "We might need to take somebody else on board with us. Your choice. Who's coming with?" As she asks you for an additional member of the squad to roll with you. Doesn't have to be it can't be one of the outlaws. It has to be an NPC. Whoever you want can come with you.
Who is left?
I will say you can take anybody with you. So the way that we're kind of working with this is that this is a straight timeline, okay? So for instance, if we're like goblins and techs were helping Emerald, that can't be, but everybody else is still available to you.
So I can bring Patchy?
You can bring Patchy.
Let's do it.
Patchy goes in and is like, "Well, I could have put 2 and 2 together that you would need a most amazing," and she kind of like licks his hand. "Individual as myself, I am excited to be aboard this mission." As Paula kind of looks and goes, "You had to choose the one with less teeth than everybody else."
Less clacking.
So, you rolled your stealth. You rolled that. We see Cassie Brown, and we see these other 2 members of the squad rolling through. Paula looks at you and goes, "There's no way that we're going to be able to get past with the water here. We will take a small boat first." And Patchy looks at it and goes, "Let me swoop up this engine." Come on! As you speed through, despite this stealth check, all these creatures are able to see you as they try to swim past. But Patchy swooping it up and making it go faster. Paola's quick thinking of being able to make a ship prior, a small little boat for you all to sail through. You get right past the enemies and you land right on. Paula looks at you and goes, "We don't have time. We will get out of here, but we need to go through the building as we proceed. We do not want to attract any enemies." I'm gonna bring this up. Just 1 moment. You all are traveling forward, going left and right, trying to be as sneaky as possible. Cassie Brown, you able to lead her compatriots through, going, no, don't go there. We want to get on smoother land. That way there's no way of getting through. So you're able to give the advice needed as we see you in an area right here. This area is essentially a big drop. You see, if we see in the middle right here, there is a swirling vortex that you can see. This swirling vortex is like a security system, right? As you see that, you start to hear scratching. As you notice that you know this area. While you did not get here under normal means, Paula leading you through a secret area, down through tunnels and back and forth. This is the area where the bugs reside. The first place, the second floor. As you see these enemies spring up, one by one.
What you gonna do?
Cassie Brown, you do not need to roll initiative here. There is no combat needed. What is going to be needed is a little moment of creativity from you. If you do not get this, the enemies will attack. You will have to do combat. But if you are able to survive and get through a little bit of this cleverness, you won't have to do anything. Paula directs you to the board in the front and goes, I got some information prior. It seems there's a password. If we're able to get past the password, we will be able to make it out of here scot-free. So let me bring this up in one moment. You go to the dial as you immediately see a phrase pop up and a small bar where you can type in. The phrase on the top says something that you didn't expect. Not a password with a question mark, not a user one, but instead a phrase that says, tear one off and scratch my head. What once was red is black instead. A question mark in the dial. Paula looks at you and goes, God damn it, a riddle. Cassie Brown, 3 chances. You can ask your compatriots for advice, help. But what is the password in front of you?
Okay, so it says tear one off.
She can ask us for help.
She can ask the people with her.
Oh, okay.
So I'll repeat it. Tear one off and scratch my head.
And
What once was red is black instead. What am I? You have 3 chances. You can ask your compatriots.
okay, Power, do you think it has something to do with like a scab or something? Something with the body?
On a 16, Paolo looks at you and goes, well, that makes sense to me, but I would say that there's a bit of a reverse. I feel that if you had torn a scab, it would go from black to red, not red to black. I don't think you have the answer, so it must go red to black.
Tear one off and scratch my head. Patchy, have you ever seen something like this?
Patrick looks at you and goes, well, I am a bit of a riddle meister myself. Let me take a look at this. Well, tear one off. Scratch my head. One scratch my head, dandruff. Anyways, hold on. Let me think about this. I'm going to go ahead and say this real quick. One of your outlaws has messaged me and has it right. He cannot tell you. That's all I'm going to say. But he goes, let me take a look here. If I was to give you any piece of advice, tear one off and scratch my head. Scratching your head doesn't necessarily mean scratching. It could be maybe rubbing up against something. Something that you rub up against and then red turns to black. To me, that makes a lot of sense.
Thanks, Patchy. I think that comes
was that
with-
helpful? Was that helpful?
Yeah, sure.
He's gonna roll an insight check. Was that? Go ahead and roll deception for me real quick.
That's 19.
He goes, God damn it, I'm the best. I'm the greatest that's ever been.
Okay. So it's talking about a singular one rubbing up against. Okay. I'm
First
going
guess.
to put in a match.
You type in ATCH and press enter. You press enter and you see the screen turn red, then turn red again as it's blinking as clink green. Unfortunately, you're able to get right in. I was hoping at least on the third guess you would have got it. Put a little bit more pressure. You see this swirling vortex, which seems to be some kind of like security system that the enemy has kind of stayed away from. Kind of spark a little bit, and you see that it kills the remaining bugs in the area. You now have destroyed their nest. As you look through, you see and look down and see 3 ships. Don't think, yeah, I could show it to you first. The first ship of black and red with the moniker put on the side. The Red Havoc. The second of blue and gold hue. The Fool's Gold. And finally, a green and white ship. The Gecko. You can't tell, these were all color coordinated towards you guys. Man, I had that for a long. But on that note, we move right back onto this right here. We move back to our board. And on our board, we put another little X for you guys. There you go.
I'm gonna be real honest. If we're relying on my wits, I didn't think it was gonna happen.
Well, you know, I had to throw some other areas other than combat. I felt like I had to do something, but you got it right on.
Whew.
Yeah. Greg messaged me and was like, matchstick? Question mark? And I was like, God damn it, thank God Greg didn't get this one.
That was
He
me.
immediately
That
was
was
that you?
Yeah.
I'm so stupid. Eddie did it. I thought it was Greg for a second. Eddie went right off the top of it.
It's the wisdom.
I was, yeah, it's the age of the turtle. But
Oh, you're just roasting me? Ooh, I didn't know if I loved her more than I wanted to smack her.
all right, Hickory, alternate underwater cache. All right, so this we're not gonna have to pull anything up.
Okay.
This is gonna be lucky. What we're gonna do is we're just going to do rolls. Eva comes up to you with a blue hue and goes, Hickory, may I speak to you for a moment?
Yeah, of course.
I noticed that you were leaving, and I would like to take a moment, and I believe that there is something that we can do. I have doing scans of the planet, and I decided to scan a little bit farther out, lower. And it seems that underneath us seems to be a cache stored at some point. Inside, I can't tell you what it is, because my scans will not go past. But it seems this may be some form of armory.
All right.
Should get Igri, before I ask, do you have any sort, you are not amphibious, correct? You cannot breathe underwater.
I can hold my breath for an hour, but I can turn into swimming creatures that can breathe underwater.
Perfect. Okay, so that is easily able to. So what I was going to do was I was going to roll a d20. That d20 was then going to give you how many minutes you're able to breathe underwater. Obviously, your character can breathe an hour, but we have many enemies. There's panic going on. An hour can go quickly down from the simple, from the pressure of everything. You saw Tom Cruise, you know, he had to do 6 minutes. That's crazy. But there's a lot of pressure going on there. But unfortunately for me, you're able to get right through because you have amphibious-like creatures that you can turn into. What does Igri turn into?
A reef shark.
You turn into a reef shark.
Yep.
As you go, go down into the water as you turn and shape into this creature. You're given the coordinates by Eva. It is directly down, right under. As you see the pillars that are connected to the water go down, as you see a metal door. This large metal door opens from the middle. You go towards, it doesn't open. You have no idea how to get in. Give me an insight check. The DC is a 6. If you do an insight Igri of 6, you get to the next step.
19.
19. You're easily able to see that this seems to be some type of hand gesture that seems to be what you need to do. As you look onto it, you see what looks to be Braille on the top of the hatch. It looks like it's asking you to sign. Igri does not have any ability to sign, if I'm not mistaken, nor has anybody around him that signs. Here's what's going to happen. You are going to give me a flat intelligence check. You're going to get this. Flat intelligence check of 4.
Oh.
If you get this, you're able to read it. If you do not get this, you cannot read it. Finally, you will do a sleight of hand check.
The straight intelligence was a 20 total.
20 total, you're completely able to get it. As you start to read, you notice the bumps have an order to them, have a symbolism to languages on your own planet. It's not Braille that you have, but you're able to sort of key into what's going on, as it has a single word on it. The word is open, and yet nothing opens. You remember that on your planet it is a language of hand movements. Give me a sleight of hand check to use your memory to do the exact hand thing of open. Sleight of hand check. 14.
Oh, God. Nat 20.
Anna, God bless. You were not supposed to get. I was trying to get at least 2 failures from jump. That's ridiculous. Okay, fine. As you open this up, water starts to pull down and pull you in. The hatch is closing right behind you. The water, you still being able to breathe underwater as the water pulls out. Reef shark, of course, on instinct, you have to pull away because you can't breathe air as a reef shark.
Well, I figured to do the hand signal, I would have had to turn it back in myself anyways.
True. Well, you had to turn back into yourself. I'm stupid. No, you know what? No, you weren't. It was a shark just going gang signs up here. No, the shark was doing gang signs and was able to get in. Went through. I gotta laugh.
Picturing a shark doing like the blood.
We see. I don't think I can do that anymore. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not even try it. I don't want people coming for me. We see as the water goes up, you take your form back into the little turtle man that we have come to love. Lights click on. As you see lots, and I'm talking loads of weapons and armory. Most, unfortunately, have a considerable amount of water damage. However, you do notice a few things. First is a staff. A staff not made out of metal, but made out of wood and ivory.
Ooh, I like that.
So go ahead and write down ivory staff in your items list.
I'll just write it right here for now.
Second, a revolver made out of gold that has jewelry innate onto the handle. Go ahead and write in your item list a gold and jade revolver.
Oh, I like that.
And finally, it seems to be there's some type of ammunition. The ammunition looks like tiny missiles, not like bullets. Bullets, what are they? Tiny missiles. But these seem to have a rotor in the back end. There seems to be that they are fit to some type of cannon. These seem to be similar size to your cannon in specific. So go ahead and write in your item list, poison artillery.
Poison?
Artillery, yeah. Now, I'm going to tell you what these things do later on. I don't want to give them to you at the moment, but you will have them. Emerald, I have not given you your item that you earned. I've given Cassie Brown her kind of thing. Emerald, we will come back to you to get what you get, because that particular one needs a little bit of explanation. On that note, we've gone through every single one. So, we are going to go ahead and give you your token. That is on number. Okay, cool.
Yeah, the sleight of hand one I was really worried about. I got a 0 in that. And I was like,
Oof. Yeah, that one was gonna have I'll have to. Don't worry, I remember the places. There we go. There is your thing. So here we go. I am going to roll for the remainder. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 remaining. I'm gonna roll 10 dice 6 times. And we will see what we get. On the first roll, a 1. That is an immediate loss on your side.
No.
That moves right there. So you get, unfortunately, 2. So let me go ahead and put those up. All right, so we get 2 immediate losses right there. But the rest are pretty good, I will say. So we're going to get +1 on the first one. Let me move that over. It's gonna look like, don't freak out. It's gonna look like a -1 at first, but I'm changing that. Go. Finally, let me go ahead and reveal that. +1. All right. Second one also gets a +1. So. I need to get rid of that extra plus, but whatever. I'll get rid of that in a second when we have a second. Next one gets a +1. We are good. And the 1, and then fortunately the next one is your negative. And that is, I think, looking pretty good. So let me make sure I got everything. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, looks good. +1, +1. You guys made out pretty good. You got 2 losses. That sucks. But as you see here, You've got +1 in quite a few areas. You have a -1 in another area. So the rolls are not going to look good. So we move back to the choosing decision of where you guys are going to go. I'm going to tell you which ones are no longer an option. All right? No longer an option. You cannot. You can no longer go with
Don't say it.
repairing the Sweet Sailor. No longer an option.
Who picked last time? Was that
Cassie. Cassie will go first here. Then
Okay.
Igri, then Emerald. And then next it will be Igri. And mass producing the poison with Raylan is no longer an option. Everything else is on the table.
Which
So
numbers
does
were
that
those?
mean-
Which numbers
What is
were
it now?
those?
Oh, those numbers are going to be
5 and 7.
number 7 and 5.
Okay.
So does that mean that the poison failed?
It doesn't mean that the poison fails. It's a mass production of it. Some has already been made, but a mass production will not be able to be made. Now, here's coming the new thing with the war. Things have happened. You're able to do other things that may be influenced by the decisions you've made so far. Okay? You have more objectives that you can take. Do you need me to read off the ones that you can do now? Or do you think you still got it from the list? Do you want me to read it off again?
I know what I'm doing. I'm good.
Okay. So on that note, I'll have Cassie. So did Cassie Brown go second, or did Igri go second before? Igri went last.
Yeah.
So Igri will go first this time.
I'm gonna help in the medical bay then.
The medical bay. All right. Cassie Brown, your choice in this.
If the option's open, I'm gonna go with Cliff and Brad.
100%. It is open. And finally, Emerald. Where do you go?
Shoot, I might have spoken a little soon. I was gonna pick that option. What else do you do with that?
So there is obviously the things that they've chosen you can't do. So you can go to the reactor core. You can go with Patchy to get the Camden upgrades. You can not pass produce the poison.
You can come with me.
You can go with her. That is an option as well. Do the reactor core, or you can go with Patchy.
Let's go to the core. Let's see what's going on.
Let's go to the core. Sounds good. On that note, Igri, you are first.
All right.
So you are going to assist the doctor. As you come back from the water, we see a wet Igri kind of with a handful of weapons, able to hold them into like some kind of like vacuum sealed. We see Igri a slow motion walk back on as all the enemies that we see, the bugs, look at you like, I'm not fucking with that guy. He's got a cannon on his shoulder.
Get
A
you
slow
out.
motion. Whew! That is one hot turtle. That's all I gotta say. Again, what's going on? I'm bothered right now. You go on as somebody approaches you. In front of you, you see a white-haired goblin, Dr. Kipper, look you right in your face and goes, I need you to come to me. Is there's something different about you? Hold on. Are you taller now? And looks you up and down and goes, no, can't be. It must be the weapons. You just look great in slow motion. Anyway, let's move on. I need your help. There are many goblins that seem to be in hurt, and it seems that some of the poison has gotten into. As well, it seems that Delilah is going into shock. We need your help, please.
All right. That's no. I got this. Let me
As
just.
she run-
I'm just gonna set this stuff right here. Okay.
Of course. Set everything down that you would like to sit down. Where are you setting it, and
Where
what
is
are you
she-
setting?
Where did she find me at?
She found you in the hangar.
Is there any just like a table or anything down there?
It seems there's a lot of people moving around preparing stuff. There's definitely a table you can set up. There seems to be a table off to the stairwell that leads up to the rest of the area, right beside the elevator.
And if there's any just goblins that don't really look like they're doing anything, I'm gonna tell them just to watch it, but don't touch anything.
Okay, give me a persuasion check.
Oh, that's gonna be wonderful.
Okay.
Persuasion 13.
On a 13, the goblin goes, "Won't touch a thing." Dr. Kipper goes, "You sound a lot like my friend Paula. That's crazy. Anyways, let's go on." You see this goblin stout and strong, a little bit bigger than the rest of the stouts. Rest of the goblins is going to protect your stuff. Whether or not he's going to take a little bit for himself, who knows? We'll see on that persuasion roll if that was a success. You see Dr. Kipper go in. You see several goblins who are injured. You see Delilah, who seems to be going into a shock. And there is things going on. First things first, we're going to do a bit similar as before. We're going to be doing checks. First things first, I need a choice. Do you go after the goblins or do you go after the small goblin girl?
I probably would go after Delilah.
You go after Delilah. Give me a medicine check.
9.
On a 9, you're noticing that she seems to be shaking. She's going around. You do not see any way of fixing her right now. On a 9, I will give you an opportunity here to see if you are able to make a choice. On a 9, what do? You don't see any inclination of how to help her going through shock.
Only thing I can think that I'm just going to put my hand on her, and I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration to try to and remove any diseases or conditions of blinded, deaf, and paralyzed or poison from her. So if she has any poisoning in her, or if she has any diseases that are afflicting her body, it'll be removed.
So, okay, go ahead and put that in the chat real quick on our, so I can read it all and make sure. Okay. You notice that it seems to be that you have helped her a little bit. It seems that there is a bit of infection in her blood. But the truth of the matter is that you have only helped a little. Give me another medicine check.
A 9 again.
A 9 again. No, I can't help you here at all. You need to choose something to do physically with her. I will also say you only have 2 more medicine checks.
Okay.
A match.
I really...
Let me give you a little bit of help here on how to make your decision. On a medicine check, I can't necessarily help you on the steps that you need to take to help her. But what I can say is this. There are medical procedures, things that you can do that help with shock. I'm going to give you I feel like I'm helping quite a bit, but if not, let me know. You need to make a step. You give her, for examples, you give her an IV of medicine. You do CPR. Do you create cold compresses? Your choice. How do you help her?
How is she laying? On her side? On her back?
She's laying flat on a board.
Flat on a board.
It seems to be one of those safety boards that you would see in an EMT van or something like that. Something that they would pick somebody up, keep their keeping their neck safe and there's bindings onto it. Seems to be that's placed under her to keep a flat surface rather than just like a regular operation bed or table.
Maybe it looks like she's shaking, so maybe try to put like. Is there any? Looks like any kind of blankets or anything around it that I could put around her?
There is a blanket. You were able to grab a blanket and you place it over her. You were able to understand a little bit of what this goes on. So the next one, I'm going to give you advantage on a medicine check. A step to take when someone is in shock. Keep person warm and comfortable.
Okay.
There you go. You've able to do that. On your next medicine check, you need to make a good decision here. I need you to roll with advantage on a medicine check, and I will give you advice on what you do.
17.
17. On a 17, you're able to go. Essentially, what this is this is a not a general knowledge, but this is a knowledge check, not just for Igri, but for our player Eddie. You need to do certain steps to help somebody in shock. You were able to one, keep a person warm and comfortable by giving someone a blanket. But there are other things that need to happen. There are other things that you're starting to notice. And on a 19, you notice, or sorry, not a 19, what'd you get again? 17? On a 17, you notice she's starting to stop to breathe.
I'm gonna because I'm a turtle and I'm not really sure how it would work. I'm gonna call the doctor over and see if she can kind of help. If she's not breathing, is she stopped breathing or is she just slowing down the breathing?
Sure, her breathing is starting to slow into almost, you're seeing the respirations go from a normal rate of 16 or so as it's going down and down and down. Right now, we're working at a rate of 7 breaths per minute. Okay. The respiration goes low. That's very low.
Yeah.
She is gasping for air, but it is going lower. You have to make a choice here. You call. Do you call over the doctor?
Yeah.
As you look over and you call, you see Dr. Kipper is busy helping with the rest of the goblins. The goblins with general injuries and wounds. Some in critical condition, others in general, as she is sort of going through of like who is in the most critical care, as she is marking them and helping the ones that she can. I will say, this was something I came up with. I thought it would be fun to use like medical knowledge of being like, oh, how do you help someone when in shock, and how do you appoint who is in the most care and stuff like that, and rolling medicine checks. Thought it would be fun for this. Put a little bit of a fire in your step. But you can take steps beforehand, but it is, you only have so much time.
All right. I guess I would try to find a way to give her oxygen.
You give on that, you start to move through and you see an oxygen tank right there with a respirator mask on top. You attach it as oxygen starts to go through, as you see that she's starting to breathe a little bit better. Okay, on that, I will say that you are close enough because her breathing had not stopped. You've given her O2, which is beginning CPR. There is finally get one other chance. Medicine check with advantage. And I will say, I'm going to give you an even crazier thing. Add a D4 to your roll.
All right. A 12.
On a 12, you are not able to ascertain any more information than what you already know. Except, when it comes to shock, there are 2 other steps. If you are able to figure out either of these steps, you will be successful. On a 12, I'm going to see if I'm going to reveal more. On a 12, you notice that there is bleeding around her mouth and lips, as well as on her legs. seems that there has been some form of trauma that's happened from the time you last saw her to now. Seems to be that when the ship was shaking and stuff, she got injured. There's obvious injuries.
The only thing I noted, obvious, like physical injuries on her outside.
Physical cuts, blood is coming out.
Then I will put my hands on her and cast Cure Wounds to try to heal any kind of physical injuries.
You cast Cure Wounds. You see some of these wounds start to heal and come through. You're able to see her respirations go up higher and higher and higher. On that movement, on that choice, Delilah takes a quick and sharp breath as her eyes open. Delilah looks at you and goes, "Hey, Igri.
How's it going?
Not too bad.
You've been asleep for a little while. You probably just don't move."
Got it. I'm gonna lay here."
I find
On that note-
like a pillow to put under her head or something to kind of just
Got
help her be comfortable.
You put a small pillow to kind of like put her head up, making her more comfortable. So on that note, I'm going to lay the steps to do how you help someone in shock. Reason why I did this, you know what? Let's the audience learn a little bit. I figured that'd be fun. Lay the person down if possible, elevating the person's feet 12 inches. Unless the head, neck, or back is injured or your suspect it has a broken hip or leg bones, or suspect broken, sorry. Begin CPR, if necessary. Treat obvious injuries, keep the person warm and comfortable, and finally, follow up. Had a little bit of a learning moment there for everybody. Thought that'd be fun. Thought that'd be fun a couple times now. I'm gonna move off of that.
I had thought about putting her feet up, but I knew with the problem with her spine being paralyzed that I didn't think it would do.
Ooh, very. Yeah, you know what? If you had mentioned that, I'd been like, bro, you're smart. I didn't even think of that at the moment. But you see that for the first time, Delilah seems to be conscious and awake. For this, your reward is Delilah. So I'm going to move on to, I believe, Cassie Brown's turn. Cassie, you chose to go with Cliff and Brad Knightley, correct?
See.
All right. I've also noticed something real quick as we go forward. Seems we're having a little bit of trouble streaming to Twitch. Don't worry, we're still streaming to YouTube. That's not an issue. But we'll hopefully fix that in the future for anybody that is not able to watch it on Twitch. But technical things happen. You can always watch this afterwards on YouTube because we post videos. Let me go ahead and bring you to the forefront, Cassie Brown. All right, so first things first. You see Cliff with a spear pointed at Brad Knightley, like, if you make any quick movements, I'm taking you down. As Brad Knightley kind of like sitting there, obviously going through withdrawal and in a lot of pain, is just like, please stop talking, please. It's like a headache. He's like, don't tell me what to do. As you approach and you see Cliff and Brad Knightley having a conversation.
Okay, guys, it's game time now. We've done a lot of things already, but we need eyes in the sky. So I guess I'm going to join you, both of you guys, so we can see what's happening.
And he goes, what do you expect me to do?
Brad, we just need your brain. We need you on the ship so we can at least pilot it. You don't have to do anything. You just got to sit there and look pretty.
You're talking about my ship, aren't you?
Yes.
Fine. It's a good thing you brought me. I'm the only one that can fly it. And Cliff points a spear at him, goes over, he's like, don't get cocky with me! He's like, I'm not getting cocky. You'll see when we get there. I'm not gonna... We don't have time. Right, Cassie Brown?
No, not at all.
Great. I'll try to make up for what happened before. Let's go. And Cliff Yeah, sure. I'll do my best. On that, give me your choice: survival or stealth
Stealth, obviously.
roll.
Who do you think I am? Okay, that is 17.
On a 17, you're. Make sure before you. On a 17, close, I rolled a 16. On a 17, you are easily able to see that there is a line able to move through, but kind of to get through each enemy. You're able to kind of use your stealth to go from one thing or another. If you're Cassie Brown, and you don't need that.
Stealthiest.
You don't need, but unfortunately, Cassie Brown's already got some adventures behind her back, already completed some things, as she's got a ship of her own, ready to fly and get some more eyes in the sky. You have the Fool's Gold at your dispense.
Hell
Fool's
yeah.
Gold is a ship of a peculiar shape with a large engine on the back and 4 wings. The Fool's Gold is made of gold and blue and has several advantages and weaponry to it. I'm going to go ahead and tell you those things. But instead of just telling you these things, I think that I'm just going to go ahead and put this in your items list. This is now and forever your ship. Cassie, the editing controlled by Cassie. Bam. Now, just for the audience, I'm going to tell you what this has. So, armor class wise, this is not the most amazing ship. Hit points wise, this is not the most amazing ship. But fly wise, as well as the particular weapons that we are going to be dealing with, have some things that we're going to go with, as well as the shield seems to have a slightly higher damage threshold than others, right? So let me go ahead and do that real quick.
Hey, it's got less AC than I do.
You have a similar front cannon as what you saw on the Sweet Sailor, a front small cannon. But you have an additional shield on your left side. I believe it's your left side. If not, we'll check that out. Yeah, so it's a side shield and a front shield. You also have a new ability called a Shield Overcharge, which is a melee weapon attack. It is bludgeoning damage, as well as electricity damage, and an AoE attack of 150 feet from the center of you. You sacrifice a shield, and then you get to do pretty amazing damage on your enemies.
Nice.
And it is. I think it's 10. It's 10d4 that can be hit multiple enemies. Oh, sorry, no, it's a 10d20. I apologize. You know, ships, they got more energy. So, on that, we're able to completely circumvent the survival and stealth check. Are you reading it and seeing the 10d4?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my bad. It's supposed to be 2. Oh, no, sorry. It's a 2d20 bludgeoning and then a 10d4 electricity damage. That's my bad. That's correct. I'm stupid. On that, you're able to circumvent the survival and stealth check, but we've already done that. You're good. So therefore, I'm going to go ahead and circumvent the perception check that you're going to have to take. On a perception check, you notice that Brad Knightley is not doing good. You're able to ascertain that there's some sort of injury that he's sustained from. Unfortunately, well, it's easy for you to understand what he's done because he shot himself in the face. The scar is going on, and it seems to be that this has hurt him a lot more than what you realized. He shot himself when he was beautiful, and now his body has morphed back. The scar, as he's lost some of his, the fat in his face, and he's lost some of the muscle mass as well. His skeletal structure has changed. His jaw has been dislocated, and he's not able to speak at the moment because he was walking through and therefore dislocated on the way. I was gonna kind of do a little thing as you kind of notice he starts to like go whole slack jawed and blah blah blah, but you circumvented that. On that note, you in the location that you are at, you are close to the Jade Vulture. On that stealth roll, that, and we circumvented. You were flying over these enemies. None of the enemies seem to be coming after you, but you do notice that some of them are able to take flight. They're just not able to get high enough to get the fool's gold. You go over and you see the ship right in front of you. The ship, and you're able to land right there. You go up and you notice Brad Knightley is trying to talk. This is jaws on movement. Cassie Brown, give me a medicine. Okay, go ahead before
I was just gonna cast message to see if you can talk that way.
Okay, yeah, you can cast a message and he can talk to you.
Yeah, so I cast message and it's like, you can talk to me this way so you're not hurting yourself.
You talk to him and he goes, the problem is not that I want to talk to you. I need to talk to my ship.
Okay.
Give me a medicine check. DC 14.
Okay. Numero 2.
Just 2?
Just a 2.
You get the 2, and it doesn't seem to move. As his jaw is just like, you kind of go and break it. You've taken the jaw into where it's completely dislocated. I'm going to give you another roll for medicine. If you fail the rest of this quest, and you're not able to use the Jade Vulture.
Can I do something a little wild?
Yeah, no, run it by me.
Do I get the sense, or I guess I'll cast message to Brad and say, does it have to be you in person, or can I play a recording?
He looks and he goes, I don't know. The only thing I know is that the ship listens to me, and I've always just said, hey Jade, and it opens up for me. So, if you have something, go ahead.
Since we have Brad Knightley's brain here, and it can sense the brain, I'm going to go to the specific parts in the Brad Knightley experience where he gives us like an MTV view of his crib, where he definitely says that.
You're using my story against me, because I definitely
It's kind
said
of
that
my
he does.
ringtone.
As we do that, you play it on your PAL, because of course you have it saved onto your phone. Why wouldn't you? You watch it all the time. It plays. You kind of turn the volume down a little bit, listening to, knowing, because you're able to mouth the words. You've watched it so many times. But right as it says, hey Jade, full blast, you turn it up, and it goes, hey Jade. You see the ship glow a green hue as lights kind of pass around it. The hatch opens. Goes in, goes forward. Now, you no longer need to roll checks, but there will be one other check, okay? You go through and you walk through everything. The ship kind of dark as you walk through, and green lights kind of follow you. You go to the head of the ship. The head of the ship is very simple. It seems to be there's only one chair. Doesn't seem there's to be any sort of dials or anything going on. Just the captain's chair. As Brad Knightley sits there, his jaw dislocated, unable to speak, you see the ship kind of move a little bit. As the ship starts to lose the glow that's around it, some sort of black creature with a green eye and spines around its back. It looks as if it's made out of liquid, about the size of a teddy bear, about this big, kind of goes out and starts to put itself on Brad Knightley's hand. As you see this creature cuddle up against his hand. You see Brad pet the spines of it, not able to speak. You just hear him go, oh. Goes on. Now I'm going to do some checks here. You are not doing it. This is going to be checks given by Cliff. First thing he's going to do is a perception check. He has a -1 to his wisdom. He needs. He rolls. He rolls a 2.
He doesn't see it.
He looks at it, and you see Cliff go, "This is a pretty This is a pretty good ship. I like it. Not bad. Here." He fails his perception check, unable to go forward. Now, on that, we're going to give him one more chance on a perception. If he does not get this, you do not move forward. Come on. Nat 20!
That was a roller coaster because it rolled and then rolled back.
Nat 20. On a -1, a 19, we see go. He looks over and he goes, "Buddy, what's that? Oh, God!" Passes out. You see the creature climb right over to Cliff, fan off, as you see Brad Knightley kind of pressed to his brain. He's trying to get you to speak to him to some degree, but he can't.
I'll do it.
You do a message?
Yeah.
You do message, and he goes, "Hey, this is Omi. Omi is my ship."
This creature?
Yeah, best way of doing it, explaining this, when I was an outlaw, I piloted my ship. It was good, great. There was a point where I needed more people to pilot it, and then I found this little guy. And we have a bit of a relationship.
I thought you were single.
That's definitely not what I was trying to get at right here. Okay, as you see a little bit of a red hue goes over his face, he's like, "That's not, no, me and Omi are not, that's not what I was trying to see." As you see Omi, Cliff kind of wake up. Cliff is going to do a persuasion roll right here. Man.
Oh.
14's pretty good. All right, I'm going to roll here. On this roll, depending on what it is, we are going to see if Omi likes Cliff.
He's such a likable guy.
Omi curls up to Cliff, putting right up to his face as you go. As Cliff goes, all right, not bad. Okay. As you see this kind of gelatin creature made out of what looks to be some kind of oil, but also a mass in it. It's kind of hard, but it seems to be whatever symbiotic relationship that you're seeing with Brad Knightley seems to be making with Cliff. As you see Brad kind of look at Omi and pet him, unable to speak. Omi starts to flatten itself and fall into the ship. As the ship starts to shake a little bit and reconstructure, as you see a smaller chair reveal right under Cliff, as the lights go through the entire ship. Cliff falls to the ground as his chair falls out from under. He's like, "Oh God!" And he crawls out. He's like, all right. And the chair moves straight up, extends up, this small little chair for Cliff to sit on. You have successfully commandeered the Jade Vulture. Not Brad Knightley is the captain, but Cliff is the captain of the ship. So I'm
Screaming.
Let's go ahead and add something here. Hold on.
I'm already writing fan fiction about this.
So let me go ahead. You have a... Oh! Okay. Good. All right. You have another piece. I'm not going to reveal the piece yet. That moves to Emerald's turn. Emerald, remind me where you decided to go. You
Wait into the
got
core.
straight into the core. All right.
The core
This
of
is
what?
another-
I don't know, but one of the cores.
This is the core to your ship.
Okay.
Ava comes up to you and goes, Emerald, I need a little bit of help. If you could meet me in the reactor core, I would appreciate that.
Sure. I'll bolt over there.
Got it. She goes away as her image goes away, almost like the screen falling away from an old TV or something. You go and you see the reactor core, a dilithium crystal that seems to have cracks all through it. Give me a straight perception check.
Okay. A 3.
On a 3, you don't necessarily notice anything about this crystal. You don't notice how long it's going to take for it to implode. There's no way for you to ascertain that. On that, give me a moment here.
Chad, the only other thing I wanted to add to from the previous encounter I was at, I would have wanted to take one of the bug heads with me in my bag.
One of the bug heads? Okay. You could definitely go ahead and add that to a list. Add a bug head to your thing. I'll give you the actual name of it later, of what the creature is. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna add something to our game real quick.
I really should stop trying to perceive stuff. I'm not great at it.
Like, you don't need eyes.
Yeah.
It's the you got the red glasses, the huge.
I really opened my eyes more often, man.
Someone get him an optometrist.
Yeah. I think outlaw medical benefits would kick in money.
We don't have medical benefits.
Yeah, come on,
Come
bro.
on.
This is not working. Yeah, good. There we go. For some reason it wasn't saving where I needed to go. There we go. So, you, it's kind of hard to show what it is to be that basically you got to do. But essentially, Ava appears and goes, I need you to run some numbers for me. I'm able to work very fast. I'm doing 90% of the work, but I need you to do the last 10.
All right, I'll try.
Okay. Here we go. Let me add this to you. So, essentially what you're doing is you have to run some numbers. You got to put some things together. That's difficult to show. We're not going to have you run numbers, do a bunch of math to figure stuff out. Essentially what you're trying to, a robot might be able to do that, an AI might be able to do that, but this particular Emerald with the AI in his head is unable to do that.
Yeah.
So, give me one more moment. Things are loading. We're going to give you a little bit of a math question.
Oh, jeez.
So, let me add, you ready? You have 1 minute on the clock. The moment you see this, you will know what to do.
Oh, no.
Let me go ahead and it's not, I will say this, it's not too hard, but if a minute goes by, I have it right here, you will not be able to.
Breaking
Yeah,
out
get
the calculator.
Here we go.
TI 84.
Yeah. Let's get this ready.
3,
I'm locked and loaded.
you know what, hold on, let's see if I can just make it you in the puzzle. Nope, can't do it. Right, here we go. 3.
Oh, I was gonna be some acrobatics on the core. Now I'm doing math.
Here we go.
This is what you wanted. Oh shit! I'm gonna just grab a pen. Oh my god.
I gave you the time, bro.
Alright. 2 sun equals 50.
So just tell me what the sun, the star, and the moon are. I'm sweating.
What's 65.
Yes.
90. What's 10? 25, 65, and 10.
With 2 seconds on the clock.
There we go.
I was sitting there like, I mean,
I know Eddie, our resident math whiz, able to get it in a second.
Oh, jeez.
But don't count Delaney out for a second because she messaged me like what? I think like 30 seconds left on the clock and was gotten it. I would have taken a minute to get this because I'm dumb.
Well, I wrote everything out on the pen and pad, and then I was like, wait, it's just 2 suns at the beginning. This okay. This isn't multivariables to start with.
Yeah. Well, you know, I felt like I couldn't go too hard because I'm stupid at math. So I was like, I gotta give a math question here because that'll actually make people sweat. I feel like the moment you say math, someone's gonna be like, okay.
To be fair, I did go all the way into multivariable calculus. I just
Ooh, well there you go.
haven't had to
did
do
not.
addition in a hot minute, so you know.
I was a creative arts major, so I'm dumb. I've read a lot of plays. On that though, the reactor core starts to stabilize as the 10% that you were able to do, while Ava did the rest of the 90, able to stabilize. A permanent,
All right.
yeah, not to undersell your stuff, but you've got a super intelligent AI running, of course, the mass of it, but
This
you're
really
able
felt
to
like
get
she did everything, and she just gave me some busy work while she was fixing it. Yeah,
Hey, she-
tradition over there.
She had to run numbers. She needed you there to run the rest of them. She couldn't
Yeah,
ascertain
that's it.
everything. But on that note, you were able to get and ascertain that this had made your ship have a slightly lower speed. Or not a slightly lower, it's actually a pretty substantial amount drop in your speed from your Camden. Now the Camden has returned to its original speed, and you now have the ability to go into warp drive, which you would not have been able to prior.
Oh, you're welcome, all. Do the math.
On that note, I think it's time to return to our
The board.
board. All right.
The board.
I'm gonna be
So-
honest. Yeah, you lost me with the +1s and -1s here, but anxiety happens.
Essentially, basically, I'm gonna roll a 10. I roll a d10. If it hits 10, it's a success. If it hits a 1, it's not. The +1 just allows like me to add to the roll. So if you get a +1, you're more likely to get a 10 or above a 10, whichever. So we had success here. I think that everybody had a success. So we only have one roll that we actually have to do. I don't think it really matters. So let me just go ahead and I'm gonna roll that.
We set up the board pretty well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think.
taking those 2 corners at the beginning.
Stellar.
Let me go ahead and roll that d10. Five. Okay. 1, 4. Therefore, okay. One of the pieces goes from a -2 to a -1 now because it went below, but it did not get a 1.
-2.
There we go. Let me just change that. Maybe. There we go. But on the rest of our successes, we see. Hold on one moment. Success here. God bless. It's not one to work for me. Here. Here. We'll just leave that +1 there so we see it. And finally, here. And we see that our outrageous outlaws have won the day with 3 to the right, 3 in the middle. It seems that outrageous outlaws have won the day.
We killed
Now,
it.
there are some things that you're going to get today. There are some things that you're not going to get today. There are some things that you just lost out on. Unfortunately,
No kiss from
the
Brad.
Sweet Sailor will not be able to be repaired. Not an option. It can't be repaired. It is completely destroyed from now on. So let me just mark that out. You cannot get the prize for that one. The rest of them seem to be an option. Oh no, I'm sorry. There's a couple things that are not an option. I'm sorry about that. Let me look at it. 1, 2. So
Some with the poison.
Yeah, we missed that.
you're unable to get basically poison darts added to all of your inventory.
That's nice.
And finally, one other. Where's the other one?
What was the one we didn't do? Oh,
Can't remember.
help with the
Yeah, something with
Putting
patching
weapon-
and control.
Yeah.
upgrading our weapons on our ship.
Unable to do patches. The Camden upgrades is not an option. Okay, so you're able to do a lot of things. So I'm going to tell you what you get. The Jade Vulture is now an option for you for your army. You now have that. But what you're also able to get is Cassie Brown. You are able to get what is called a radial energy rifle. So go ahead and add that to your items list. I will give you all the stats for that. That is basically is Brad Knightley's rifle that he used in the past. It's the rifle he shot himself with. Emerald, you got the head of the thing, but you also got several of the claws. The claws will act as a item that can be processed, and it will be able to grapple enemies. Whenever you grapple enemies, you can use these claws one time, and you are able to do on a DC 15 strength saving. If they lose, you're able to put quite a bit of damage on them. So just put in pincers in your items list.
How many do I have?
You have one, but it could be used over
sorry.
and over. Okay. Yeah, because basically someone's going to take that and turn it into something more metallic and reusable. The reactor core. Who did the reactor core? That was Greg. Okay. On the reactor core, you were able to get a. Essentially, it is a book of numbers. It's a math book that will add a +1 to your intelligence.
Ooh.
Camden upgrades, not an option. I gotta take a bunch of guns away from your Camden. That is not. Repairing the Sweet Sailor. The Sweet Sailor is gone. Whatever happened, it seemed that somebody was tinkering around with it. It's not an option. Cassie, the prototype ships. You are going to, obviously you got the ships, but there was talked about that there was weapons in there. You've got a supply of weaponry. That will be just put supply of weaponry in your items list. And we're going to go through what you got. So basically, it's an assortment of like several different types of weapons that you can use later on, give to people you want, stuff, whatever you want to do. The poison with Raylan. You've lost the poison darts. Igri. A plus you are now going to get on medicine checks. Do you have proficiency with medicine checks?
Yep.
You already do? Okay, so you are going to get, so you get like a +2?
My total for medicine's a +6
A +6. So
with the wisdom ability.
okay, so I'm gonna have to think of a different thing for you because you have too much. Unfortunately, basically, it was gonna give you a proficiency in medicine check. I'll figure out something that is recent, good. But you on the cash, you already received your items, and that's already good. Igri, that was for you. On that note, I think we are good. We're gonna move away for a second. Go ahead and talk about our spoils. You can talk amongst each other if you want, but we are going to take a 15-minute break. And when we come back, we'll see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody and take things away, and we will be back in 15.
Were you silent or silenced?
And we are back, right on Cassie Brown's face.
Right.
Wasn't intentional. Let's get back to right here. I'm going to describe kind of battle as we see it, right? How everything's kind of gone. Let's see if we have something a little bit more nice. Kind of, it's a little bit gruesome. Not a little bit. It's a little bit like meh, but let's see here. We'll go to this. Everyone likes this stuff. This is my favorite. Same intro, but kind of wells up a little bit. You all are in different locations. I'm going to kind of describe where you are. Igri, you are in the medical bay right now. Cassie Brown, you are flying aboard the Fool's Gold. Emerald, leave. We have you in the reactor core, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still doing math.
Still doing that. You have a calculator now. Oh man. Did you have that when you were doing the puzzle?
I did. I broke it out and wrote everything out, and then I realized, oh wait, I can do this real quick.
Well,
It wasted a little time, but I made it.
with 2 seconds to spare, we'll start with the people out inside first. Igri. We see you nursing people back to health here. While the roles may not have shown, Igri has a lot of proficiency in medicine, and this is something that he enjoys and does very well, as most little turtles do. Turtles like medicine. That's a trend. Everyone knows that.
As a shepherd to take care of animals, I got to,
Yeah, you got to. You had this. That's Igri's bread and butter. That's canon now. Dr. Igri. We see Igri nursing people as the scratching on the ship that was once there has gone away. We see a hush go over the medical bay as everybody's quiet. The only people who are kind of busy and working is we see Igri and we see Dr. Kipper busy at work helping with wounds and making sure everyone's okay. We see Emerald in the reactor core just finishing punching numbers with Ava right beside of him. We see Cassie Brown flying above, looking down. Some things have changed, and everyone is going to see something different. Cassie, you're already outside, so we don't need to describe how you get out there. You're able to look down and you see the creatures behaving strangely. Some of them seem to be feral and destructive. But others seem to just be running back frantically to something over the horizon that you're not able to see. But they're moving fast, faster than you've ever seen these things move before. Because as they trot, many of them go underground, some of them go above ground, some of them go on the water as they can. As they go over the horizon, you start to hear something. Wings flapping. Not like bird wings, more like a rapid The sound is deafening. Everyone can hear this, not just Cassie Brown. But what Cassie Brown sees as these creatures are running towards, some of them are attacking the others. Some are running straight towards this sound or over the horizon. Emerald. You were in the at the moment. You were at the reactor core.
Mm-hmm.
You hear this noise, and you hear you hear kind of the ship turn a little bit quieter. And the only thing you hear is this kind of rustling. What do you do? Who do you talk to? Where do you go?
So sorry, just to clarify, I'm hearing this very loud, booming, flying sound.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me doing this noise, but it's kind of like almost like if you hear kind of like a helicopter, but it's more rapid.
Gotcha. I don't think that would really alarm Emerald quite yet, to be honest. I think he's still mentally fried from doing all that math. So, Ava, is everything set here? Are we set here? Everything fine?
Yes, I believe I can do the rest of the calculations myself. Thank you. I was a little bit overwhelmed.
Yeah, I'm glad we got that fixed. If that's the case, I'm gonna run back out and see who else needs help.
Please do. I have many. I am also. Yes. Of course. I'm also on the line with Cliff. He says that he's going to be the hero of today.
Oh, okay.
And yes, I want you to know that Cliff is talking to me while you're talking to me, and I'm going to put him on hold. Okay. Good.
Oh, well, I appreciate the attention.
Yes.
Are you able to see if anyone else in the ship directly needs help right now?
Of course. There seems to be some injuries inflicted upon many of the goblins in the medical bay, but it seems Igri has that handled. Dr. Kipper assisting him. It seems Raylan has been injured as well. She seems to be dealing with it on her own poultices and what's the word? Her own potions and salves is what she's using. Is what Ava kind of relays to you. Patchy seems to be a little bit frustrated. He seems to be on the outside of the ship working on large weaponry. I've heard him say 4 curse words 874 times. Only 27 minutes have passed.
Pretty average, though.
Average. For a sociopath, I believe, yes. That might be average. Well, what would I know? I'm only just recently coming into mortality, I guess. Anyways.
Well, I might confirm Raylan's doing all right, and then I'll go check on Patchy then next. Thanks, Ava.
All right. Thank you. I will talk to you later. Before we move on to that, we're going to move on to Igri. Igri, there is, it seems to be a little bit, things are quieting down. Kipper is doing a lot more of the work than you are. Not saying that you're not putting your due diligence, but Kipper has like a lot more, not experience, but knowledge on this because of, Igri's got a lot going on in his head. Kipper's got medicine. That's what she's good at. But you are helping right alongside her, for sure, doing everything that you can and doing a lot. Kipper nudges you and goes, "Hey, we've got everybody." Hold on, I'm doing the Ava voice. I think that we have everything in a good place. We don't have anybody in the red zone. Everybody's good to go. But is there? How's Delilah? I did not check on her. I thought that was something you were doing. Is she okay?
Yeah, she's doing better now. She actually surprisingly woke up.
Good. Don't tell her, but we had some fatalities on my side. I was helping others, and unfortunately, some people did not make it. One of them was Delilah's mother. Just do not tell her. I'll speak to her. But unfortunately, it was not something that I was able to get to because she was already in a bad position.
Right. Yeah, we probably should wait to say anything for a little bit. Let her get a little bit more, let her make sure she's rested up, because I feel like something emotional could just you know.
Of course. But now that she's awake, I think that we will be able to maybe set her up with something to help her ambulate a little bit better. But if there's nothing, I have nothing else for you here. You're more than welcome to go anywhere else. Igor, before you kind of interact a little bit more with her, there are some things that you gotta know, information-wise. You hear the same sound that Emerald's hearing. I think you kind of realize that. A lot of the injuries here are not in a place where there's any urgency. There's no one's gonna die. No one's going to. Mostly right now, she's gotten everybody in a stable place. The rest of her work seems to be cuts and bruises. There's not any need for you here. But I will say that there are other people in need around the ship. So, as we talked about, Raylan was being discussed, but Patchy Pete is having some issues. His seem to be much more frustration than it is like any like death saving things, but he seems to be having some issues. And other than that, seems like you can either go in the same route as Emerald. Obviously, you don't know that Emerald's going there, but you could also go to Patchy Pete, or you can investigate otherwise outside towards the noise. These are 3 choices, but of course, wherever you want to do, feel free to.
All right, I'm gonna head towards the hangar and check on my stuff that I put down to make sure that goblin ain't messing around with it.
You go in, you look at you see immediately a stocky goblin with what looks to be a copper breastplate that is 2 sizes too small for him. As his arms are literally like, there's people that are jacked, but this guy looks like he only works out like 2 muscle groups, and that's his arms and his chest. The rest is just like scrawny arms, chest. This guy is leg day, not on lock, but his arms are jacked. But that's what you see. In his hand, instead of on the table, he is holding a death grip on your bag of weapons that you ascertained. You were successful in your last check.
All right, just you're doing a good job. I'm proud of you.
I know, I'm doing a great job.
All right, you might be my new best friend.
Yes, we are friends.
I'm gonna walk outside and see what the heck this noise is. It's giving me a headache.
I will take success here immediately as he starts doing like big like flexes, like, and as he flexes, you notice, of course, his arms, his chest jacked. But every time he tries to flex his legs, it's more of just like, you don't necessarily see any movement. It's more of just like he's flinching. Delaney now hot for Goblin with this little thing going on. She's getting her full Johnny Bravo going on. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to ask this. Delaney, do you know who Johnny Bravo is? I know you're a little bit younger than us.
He's the guy with the blonde comb over, right? With the black t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Seen photos, never seen it though.
Man, I'm so old.
Do you remember that
It's a good
weird
show.
Justice League spin-off thing they had where their Thor played a guitar and that was his axe instead?
Ooh, yeah, where he had like gold hair and he had like a black. Yeah, that was a good show.
I saw that recently, like the other day, and I was like, "Oh, that's a core memory."
just let you know, like cartoons were better back in the day.
Yeah.
That's the truth. I'm old.
I enjoyed my PBS cartoons.
I enjoyed some. What is it? Reading Rainbow was PBS, right?
Not a cartoon.
Reading Rainbow. Kinda.
No.
Well, this is completely off subject. Let's get back to D&D. I've made it. Igri, you have a moment. Where do you go? What do you do after you've talked to your goblin? He's flexing.
Keep up. All right. I'm gonna just walk outside and check on everything, see if anyone else needs help outside, or try to figure out what this noise is.
As you go outside the hangar, you are seeing ripples in the water. It seems that there was a lot more of these bug-like creatures underneath the water that were unable to ascertain prior, but it seems that they were waiting in wait for you when you had gone underwater, but they just didn't see you in the moment. They saw a shark and were like, we don't need that. I was like, we don't want that business, gonna bite us. Anyways, you see the water rippling as there seems to be shaking, and then some are coming out. Some are just going out into the ocean, going in the opposite direction, horizon. Not the direction that we saw Cassie Brown looking towards, the other side. Cassie, you're looking north. Igri, you're looking south. Okay?
All right.
You hear... You know what, Igri? Give me... I guess it would be a perception. What is hearing? Perception is hearing, right?
Yeah.
We'll just do perception real quick. DC 11.
8.
8. You're not able to ascertain any sort of... you're not able to listen to the sound and hear anything.
I'm just...
Justice for me and all Gen Z. Go ahead. Go ahead and continue. I heard you were about to talk. I don't want to step on over you.
He just got, thinking about Delilah waking up and seeing these things elapse away, just not focused like he normally is.
Yeah, Igri is a pretty. I like to think of you as this as a very perceptive person. A very aware individual. You've had your lapse of judgments. You've had your moments of
Dementia?
I was trying to find a more sensitive way of saying it. Because I was like, man, do people get mad if I say dementia moments? Anyways.
I'll be the villain.
You've had your moments of dementia, but you're not able to really get any sort of anything into here. Emerald, give me the same roll, but you're going to do it with disadvantage. DC 13.
Perception, you said?
Yes.
6. More roll.
6. Not able to ascertain anything. Emerald, you start to hear this. Best way, flapping. This rapid and louder and louder and louder. You're able to stand it. Cassie, Igri, roll me dexterity saving throw.
Oh, God.
Okay.
DC 14.
Okay, not to be perceptive.
God!
What'd you roll?
2.
2?
Nat 1.
Not even worse. On a nat 1.
Her dex is probably a lot better than mine, but
Yeah, I have
You,
a add 5 modifier.
you each take.
I'm not even in the ship.
I almost dropped my dice. You each take 6 damage.
Oh, that's not bad.
As you hear this flooding of noise come over you, you see the creatures going back and forth and going over. Cassie, you see this. Igri, you don't see this. Well, you see parts of this. Okay? Each of you see creature coming over the horizons. Wider and larger, bladed hands and large wings flapping. The creature is on the horizon, and yet you can notice it is larger It has more mass than you could possibly be able to ascertain, but it is easily 10 times the size of the other creatures. Delaney, Cassie Brown sees this. The poison that was used, goblins had shot through. There was other battles going on that you guys did not directly see or kind of go on, but we saw that there was an effect that happened on Emerald. Obviously, Cassie Brown didn't see this, but Delaney saw this, so we're gonna kind of go into like, you know, creatures. Some of them seem to be bleeding green, and they are hanging off this larger, more dangerous creature. As you hear slightly, not as loud as the rapid and destructive noise in your ear, but a small yelling, high-pitched, and angry. On the horizon, you what seem to see the queen of these bugs. And they are heading straight towards the Camden. On that note, we are going to end our day today. We are going to move. Let me change the music to something a little bit lighter. I'm going to call this our bit of opening theme music. What is going to happen next? I have no fucking idea. Are we going to see the Camden actually go down with a large creature taking it down? Are we going to see the bugs return? What happens? I don't know. They don't know. None of us know. You want to find out though? Join us back on Sunday, 9 o'clock to 12, or watch the show later on YouTube, whatever you want to do. We had some technical difficulties today. Don't worry, it didn't really mess us up, but some people may have not been able to see this on Twitch. If you missed some parts, go on over to YouTube at We Are Not Wizards and you'll be able to see everything else. For the people watching us on YouTube, you got to see the whole thing. But on that note, why don't you say howdy do, my outrageous outlaws. Go ahead and say bye.
Howdy
Thanks
do.
for watching.
Howdy do. Have a good one. Whew. Big bugs suck so much.